bitch. Don't yell.
Hello.
Okay. Okay, so we're trying a new thing. Let's see if this works. Can you hear me?
1, 2, 3. Yes, I can.
What are you doing?
I'm driving from work. I'm driving from work. And let me just tell you, I have too much drama from my mama at work. And it's just such a waste of energy when people are trying to bait you into like being negative with them. And it's been getting a little bit worse at work, to be honest, with the drama.
Are these the same bitches you were telling me about a while back, or are they different bitches?
These are a whole other set of bitches. And it's just one, really.
Damn. Oh, girl, one bad apple would do it.
And that's exactly what's happening. And you know what, though? She's sticking out like a sore thumb because all the rest of us are just trying to move on, and we're about being professional. We're about the kids. Like, it's not about how we feel about each other. Like, being cool with your coworkers is a bonus to your job. But if that doesn't happen, that's okay. Like, you're not there. It's kind of like college, like school. You're there to get an education. You most of the time you make friends, but that's just like a bonus. That's not what you're there for. Does that make sense?
I love the way you said it's the bonus.
It is a bonus, and I love thinking of it that way too. Because when it doesn't happen, it's okay. You're like, well, you know what? That's not what I'm here for. I'm here for my education.
Yeah, I love it.
Thanks, Boo. So, yeah, work is just like, we were this close group, and we had this wonderful dynamic, and then it changed. One person left, and I know that's not the only reason why it changed. But, I mean, this girl's kind of calling me out. Like, she's a little bit, like, hood, and what I mean by that is, like, gets a little crazy, gets a little bit, like, very, just like, oh, it's like that? Like, you want to get like that? And it's just like, look where you're at. Like, we're not on the streets right now.
Yeah.
Why? You're a grown woman. Like, we're at work. Like, be professional. And I think that's the best. Like, that's something I want to work on, is to stay calm in any situation. Because that is like a superpower. And that's such a good skill. Like, when you don't lose your shit, I think when I see women and they don't lose their shit when they like very well could be, and they're handling it, I'm just like, damn, that's how I want to be. Like, that is so cool to me.
Yeah, that reminds me, today my sister called me and then I answered the phone, and she's like, I'm fucking pissed. I'm like, what happened? And she's bitching about the lady at the bookstore, how, like, she didn't want to do a refund and order the wrong book for her, and, like, whatever the story was. And I'm like, my sister's probably tripping, whatever. So she goes back into the bookstore, and I hear the lady talking to my sister, dude, and I swear I wanted to jump through the phone and be like, bitch, bring it down a few notches, because the way you're talking to my sister right now is pissing me off.
Oh, shoot.
And then I told my sister, I was like, dude, you weren't playing. And she was like, I told you. Dude, but my sister really, I don't know what her face looked like, but her tone of voice was very chill, very collected. So I was like, okay, you did good. I don't know what your face expressions gave to that woman.
Girl, she's all flipping the girl off.
Yeah. Yeah, but, yeah, I'll wait. It happened to me at work one time, and yeah, and that time I really kept my cool, which is hard for me. And yeah, I remember just being like, And then when you sit back and think about it, you're like, damn, like, why were you tripping? Because I've definitely been on the other side. Like, I've been the one tripping, but I've learned from that. So I was like, this time I'm not going to lose. Like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go there. It's not bothering me that much.
Yeah. It's how they say, it's not worth it. It's not worth getting all riled up. Like, I want to save that for a time that I need to be like that, when someone's really trying to test me and it's really not appropriate, and then that's when I'll do it. But I agree, I'm the same way. And sometimes, let's admit it, there's times when people need to be checked. Like, they test you, and you're like, wait a second. But still, I believe that there's a way to do it in a way that's calm, but you're still, like, it's like a mic drop after. Like, you're just like, damn, she just handled that, but was calm. Like, she was upset, and she had a valid point, but the way you handle it is all that matters. Like, no one's gonna, or I find that no one listens, in my opinion, like, when you're yelling and being all wild and crazy, like, you just look crazy.
Yeah.
Whether, you probably have a right to feel that way. I know, like you said, I've been on that end where I'm like, I'm mad, and I'm getting, you know, I'm getting loud, I'm getting aggressive, but no one's taking you serious that way. Or you're more likely, I've learned, you'll get more done, you'll be more effective if you're just calm. Like, all right, look, you know what? Like, this is how we're going to do this. Like, you go into, like, solution mode rather than just off on somebody. But like I said, sometimes that's appropriate to just go off sometimes. Sometimes.
Yeah, no, sometimes you're right. Some people need to be checked for sure. But yeah, that petty shit at work, that bullshit at work, it's nothing, you're there to get, we're here for the same reasons. And that's exactly how I felt when I worked at my past job. I used to work at Goldshine. That's not the best job to have in the world, but it's a job. It gives you money. It helps you get through. And clearly none of us, this is all of us, we're working towards something, school or, looking for a better job, bigger pay, whatever. So we're all here for the same reason. We all have bigger goals. Like, why waste our time with petty shit if this is not really where we're, like, there's no need for all that nonsense.
Agreed. And when you listen to older people, they tell you, don't give a shit what people think. Like, what is it? It really doesn't matter. Like, don't focus on that. And I try to take that with me. So work, I think that's something that people can relate to. Like, I remember I talked to you. You were having problems at one point at your job, and you were just so upset. And I've been upset. I've talked to you, like, I'm so upset, like you said, those bitches at that other job. So yeah, it's a thing. Like, work, you may have a boss, you may have a coworker that you're just like, man, like, it's like toxic energy, and it tries to affect you. But man, we've just been throwing those nice bullets, like you ain't gonna get me. Like, I'm still gonna be nice to you. I'm still gonna be, and it's so true. Like, I will, for the most part, I will kill you with kindness.
Amen. That's the way to do it.
And it really is, Patty, because this girl's trying to, like, bait me. And I did fall for it one time, and I was getting a little bit upset. So I was like, oh, no, like, this is your side. Well, now you're going to hear my side of it. And I was calm, but I still was, like, adding to the drama. Like, we were going back and forth. And then later I'm like, damn it. Like, I fell for it. I fell for it, and that's not what I want to do. Like, that's not how I want to handle this. Like, she's not anything to me. So who cares? And it's just that practicing, like, I want people to like me. Who doesn't? But actually, you know who doesn't? Older people. Because they don't care. They're like, I'm old. Like, I don't have time for that. You don't like me, you don't like me. So I'm trying to get there. But I realized, like, I don't want this. I don't even like this person. I don't like what she's about. I don't like how she handles things. Like, so what do I care if she likes me? If I don't like her, why do I need her to like me? So I fell for the bait, and that was one time. I'm human. But from there, I'm just like, and I'm not. And she's baiting me, dude. She, like, she's questioning me. She's like trying to start things. She's very, very passive aggressive. And to me, I'm just like dodging that shit. Like, passive aggressive people, from what I understand, they try to get you to react, but they're not straightforward. Like, you and I have not, we're not passive aggressive with each other. We are very direct. Like,
yeah.
And you know, like, right? Like when we've argued or been in situations where like, dude, I don't like this. Well, I don't like this. All right, well, what are we gonna do about it? Like, we're very, and I like that. I appreciate people that are like that, and I really try to be like that because you just get things done. When you're passive, it's just like, it's almost like you're scared to talk about it, and I don't want to be like that. So this girl's just very, very passive aggressive, and like, don't want to talk to me about it, then clearly there's an issue that you want to discuss. So there's nothing to discuss. Like, I'm not gonna play this game because then I'm gonna look crazy, and then you're gonna have something on me. Like, see, look at, like, see what she's doing. It's not just me. Where it's like when she's just fighting by herself and acting a fool, that's on her.
Yeah. You know? Yeah, for sure. Because then, yeah, she's doing it too. You see? Yeah, for sure. There's too much going on in the world to be fucking dealing with those bitches, honestly.
I'm just bringing it up because I feel like it's relatable.
No, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Like, right. You know, we discussed 2 LA legends passing away within this year. Kobe just passed away. Rest in peace.
And yeah, exactly. There's my point. Like, there's a lot going on to be. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. By the way, like, I mean, you're in the LA area. How's the vibe over there?
The vibe is so sad. And
my condolences to your city.
Thanks, babe. That's so cute. You're saying that. The way you said that. Yeah, it's the vibes are heavy. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's crazy. Like, even the buses that we have around here, like, it says R.I.P. Kobe. Like, it affected a lot of people. A lot of people. Even, I mean, you're in freaking Texas, like, and it's affecting people over there.
Dude, I will never forget the moment I found out. Like, I don't think I've experienced somebody famous, or, you know, an athlete or a rapper or a singer that has passed that has, like, shook me. And I know there's been a few, but they just, and my condolences to their family. My heart goes out to everyone, but it just didn't hit me the way. I was at the museum on Sunday, and then I saw, like, 2 minutes ago, I saw this girl share, it literally was 2 minutes ago, this girl shared a TMZ, that TMZ said blah, 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 blah. And I was like, what the fuck? And Rudy Anthony was running to the other side of the playground to go with Alexander to this thing. And I was like, hey, come here. And he was like, wait, and I was like, no, come here. And then he's like, what? And I was like, can you get on Twitter or wherever you do your, because he watches news a lot and stuff. And I was like, apparently Kobe Bryant just passed away. And he's like, what the fuck? And he gets on it. He's like, I'm just seeing TMZ reports too. And then maybe like 4 minutes after that, 5 minutes after that, they started, you know, like, reliable sources started coming through with it. And I was like, wow. And then from there, we went to the grocery store. When we got to the grocery store, it was like, you know, a 5-minute drive. That's when the news, like, his daughter came along. And it was just like, it just shook me. I was like, what? Because 3 years ago, I remember sitting in my apartment when he retired. I'm not a huge basketball fan by any means, or a huge Kobe fan or anything like that. But when he retired, I watched his retirement video on YouTube. I watched Tim Duncan's tour or whatever. Some like that I would watch. And I remember doing a bunch, but like research on him, like different stuff about him and stuff. And it just reminded me of that moment that I went on a black hole, on a Kobe Bryant black hole. And I was like, wow, like I will forever remember that moment. It's crazy. So sad, dude. So fucking, like, what a tragedy.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the daughter, it's sad because he was very young. He was 41. That's super young, like super.
Mhm.
But at some point, like, you know, he's lived a little, right? But and I'm again, like, it's still very, very, very young, and I'm not saying that it's better, but the fact that she was so young, like she was still a child, to pass away, and all the other people who passed away that were like young, or like I think there was 3 young girls. That just, it's sad. It's just like, man, you didn't even really like get to live. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, because I've seen videos of that team. I like to watch. Sometimes I YouTube LeBron's son, his older Bronny or whatever. I'll YouTube him to watch like plays and stuff. And these kids are so like full of fucking talent at such a young age. And yeah, for them to be, you know, just gone like that, it's just like they didn't get to bloom their talents. And you know, it's crazy. And I was watching ESPN, and this guy was one of the coaches that was partner with the other coach, because one of the guys on the helicopter was the coach, and he was there with his daughter and his wife, and they left two other kids behind. And the other coach said that he heard the news, so he called the son, and that the son answered the phone, and the first thing he said was like, "They're all gone."
Oh my God.
Oh, it's just, I can't imagine, dude. I can't imagine what like Vanessa's going through. I can't imagine like the last minutes Kobe had with his daughter, like just hugging her, like it's gonna be okay, knowing damn well like it wasn't going to be okay, you know. And whew, it's, God, that's crazy. And then another thing that I heard, I don't know where, you know, it was everywhere. It was, always be with your loved ones, because you never know when that last moment is. So if you're gonna spend your time, spend quality time, you know, and make your time here count. And it's crazy that he was with his loved ones, you know, he was really spending quality time when that moment came. Isn't that crazy when you think about it?
I love that. Yeah, that is very, very crazy for sure.
Like, she wasn't on her way to her game alone, you know, he wasn't somewhere with the homies barbecuing on a Sunday and his daughter, blah, blah, blah. Like, he was with her, you know, they were with each other, you know, and mainly from him, because sometimes kids are cool without your parent, you know, but for him, like, yeah, like, he spent his last moments with the person that he loved so dearly, you know. And I thought that was beautiful. I forgot who mentioned that, but yeah, I saw that, and I was like, wow, that's really, really cool. And that's kind of a good way to go out if you're going to go out, you know what I mean? Like, close to somebody you truly love. And I mean, that's the way it is.
I love that. And that does put into perspective, like, who are you around? And yeah, like, making it where it's people that just be surrounded by people that you love as much as you can. Because obviously there's moments where they can't be there, but
yeah. Wait, hold on. Alexander needs me to go wipe his little butt. Give me 1 second.
You got it.
Okay, I'm back. So yeah, that one was really cool. And then crazy that he bought that. Apparently, at one point, he had said that he bought that helicopter to be able to be with his family more, be able to move faster from point A to point B and be there at certain times, and you know, not be stuck in traffic, and just to cut down on that travel time to be with his family more. And it's just like, damn, and that's the fucker you went down on, you know.
But you could also look at it as he probably spent more time with them because of that.
True, you know, and yeah, and it goes back to that, you know, spend quality time at all times with the people that matter, and yeah, you know, God bless them, God bless everybody else that was in there, and God bless, I mean, somebody passes away every day, right? And my heart goes out to anybody who lost someone today or yesterday or whatever, and yeah, I mean, it's crazy, like, moments like this really hit everyone in perspective. But let's not, every night, like, just pray for someone who probably lost somebody that day, because more than likely somebody did. And it's probably a good thing that we don't know, that who and how somebody passed away that day, because that would be really depressing. But it's definitely happening. And it's, that night specifically, I did pray for them, and I prayed for anyone else. And I need to do that every night if possible, because it's so unfortunate. The way this happened was just so unfortunate. The way it went down, literally fucking sucks. But, God bless everyone that was involved in that situation and that's dealing with that. Oof.
That was very beautifully said. Yeah,
this sucks.
The way you said, like praying for people, sending people good vibes, good thoughts, being kind to everybody. Because and it's like you said, imagine if we knew every day, like everybody dies, right? So every day there's people passing away. And like you said, that's a good thing that we don't know, because we would just always be sad.
Yeah.
But but the end, there's a way to look at things, and it's like it's not always the end, right? Like the end is always a new beginning to something else. So you and I both believe in life after Earth, or some type of life, or however you want to say that. And like that day, I saw a picture of Paul Walker kind of leaning up against a car with clouds around him, and he was like embracing, like he looked over and he's like, Kobe Bryant's walking up to him. And I'm just like, we've lost a lot of good people. I mean, like you said, every day. I'll never forget when Aaliyah died. That's one that like hit me really hard.
I don't even remember that one. What year was that? Or how like old were you? Do you remember your grade or whatever?
Oh man, I don't know. I was in Texas. I was visiting, and I must have been like maybe like 12 or 13 when I found that. And my older cousin loved Aaliyah. Like she had the CD. Like we watched the music videos. Like I feel like it's because of her that I liked her so much. And Aaliyah's dope. And I just remember same thing, like, her private plane, and I think she had family members with her. Anyway, it's just, I remember that. And, it just reminds you that life is so, so precious and fragile, and at any moment it can be taken from us. So it's just a good way of things in check for you. Like when I'm stressing about something, it's like, okay, does this really matter? Like I'm fed, I have people that I love, and like I put things into perspective, because it could always be worse. It could always be the end of this life, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and it sucks, because when people pass away, it's not the person that suffers. Like Kobe Bryant's in heaven, and all those other people are in heaven, but it's the people who are left here that have to deal with that pain. So I like how you're saying you're praying for them, and I love that, and that's just so beautifully said. And like I hug my sisters, I hug my mom. Like even if I'm in a bad mood, like I try to just, and it has nothing to do with them. Like I'm just in like a funk mood or whatever, I will just like hug them, and I'll hug them with like a purpose. Like one day I might not be able to do this, so I want to make sure I enjoy this, Not to get like negative with it, but I make sure I enjoy it. And I've gotten better about it, because it's easy to just, okay, bye, I'm in a rush, I gotta go, bye. Mom, kisses, okay, bye. Where even if I'm late, I'm like, I don't care if I'm late, I'm gonna hug my sisters, and I'm gonna hug my mom, and I hug my little brother. Like I make sure.
Yeah, my mom was very big on that, like leaving home, never leave home when you're mad. When she would drop us off at school, and she was getting on to us about like our grades or whatever, like before we opened that door to that car, there was always an I love you and don't be mad, whatever. Because she always says, well, I don't know if I'm going to see you later. So don't ever be mad at each other. Don't hold something against each other. Because you just never know when that last moment is going to be. So it's important to do that.
Yeah, I think that's such a good habit. I love that. And I love that. And I'm big on I love you. Like, I like saying I love you to the people that I love. And, I mean, because you do. And what if you don't get a chance to say it? Like, I want you to know that I do. And I don't just say it because what if this is the last time? Like, I just want to make sure that people know where I stand with them.
Yeah, because obviously you can't go walking around every day through your life like, this might be the last time I see you, let me hug you. This might be the last time I can get to say I love you. Like, that's not, that's not that's not even a healthy way to live. But, yeah, like, just, just once you build that within yourself, like, it's very easy to say I love you, and it's very easy to say take care. It's very easy to say have a good day. And you just start doing it because that's the way it should be, specifically with your loved ones, because they're your loved ones and they matter the most in this life. So that's very, very important.
Yeah, I agree for sure. It reminds me of, I genuinely love people. Like, I just have a lot of love inside of me, and I just have love. And I remember my cousin and I, man, together we are one type of adventure. Let me tell you, some crazy shit will go down. We will get lost. We will be like a fun movie where shit gets a little scary at times, but it all works out in the end. But it's like fun. That's my cousin and I. Like, him and I, they say, the family says we share a brain because we're like tontos. And one time we went to go visit his cousins that are not related to me. And we were hanging out for hours and hours, or like a good amount of the night. And when we left, he's like, all right, bye. And I don't know if he said I love you, but I was just like, all right, bye, I love you. Like, it just came out so naturally. Like, it was so funny. My cousin still laughs about that today. I was like, what? Like, they're your cousins. I love them. Like, I just felt like this connection, even though they were not. But
that's cute.
I don't know if it's cute, but I just love. Yeah.
My God, Alexander's calling me again. Hold on.
Tell him you love him. You're never gonna always be able to wipe his ass.
I know, right? Hold on, I'll be right back.
Hey guys, wanted to take a quick little break to first of all say thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting the podcast. We greatly appreciate you guys. Our podcast is created on Anchor. Anchor is a free app and a free website that provides everything in one place for you to start getting creative if that's something that you're interested in. So it provides you with two major keys, right? You can go ahead and record on Anchor, or you can record on a different software and upload it to Anchor. So for example, me and Cassie, we record our phone call and we upload it to Anchor, do what we have to do, and it's good to go. And then from there, Anchor takes control and it will go ahead and distribute it for you around all major platforms such as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and any other big platforms that are used for podcasting. Another major thing is that you get to make some cash. So not only do I get to record with my best friend, but we also get to make some money in the process. So that's awesome. So yeah, go ahead and download Anchor. It's not only for creating podcasts, but it's also for listening to podcasts. So if you're interested in finding some different podcasts, go ahead and get on there, download it. Again, it's free, and check it out. Let us know what you guys think. Again, thank you so much for listening, for supporting, and I hope you guys are having a great day.
This boy has, like, no patience, not even to take a shit. Like, he lets it out and he thinks he's done, so he gets back to whatever he's doing, and then, like, he needs to come finish up and comes back. It's just, like, just sit there let it all out, and then get back to your whatever you're doing. But no, he has no patience. Let me tell you, his legs don't go numb.
That's kind of funny because I kind of do that sometimes too. Like, you know, if I'm a little backed up, which usually is not a problem for me, but I will not sit there and work on it. I'm like, all right, you're not ready? Well, we're not ready then. Okay, let's go. And I'll wait till I'm ready.
That's hilarious. Yeah. What?
Shoot, what was I going to say?
Are you almost home?
I have to go. It's my, I don't know what to call him sometimes. It's like, I want to call him just stepdad, but I feel like that sounds disrespectful sometimes because it's like stepdad. But it's my stepdad's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't want to go have dinner. He wanted to make steaks at home, like get really nice steaks and have my mom cook them. So they were actually waiting for me to have dinner. Isn't that cute?
That's really nice.
I was like, no, you guys, I'll see you guys later. And they're like, no. So my mom called me earlier on my way home, and she's like, hey, just want to let you know, like, are you on your way home? I was like, yeah, I'm on the freeway. And they're like, okay, well, we're going to wait for you. We want to wait for you to be here. So I was like, what? Like, that's so awesome. Like, I'm very, yeah. I'm very grateful and very blessed to have that. Even just like us sitting at the dinner table, I think it's so important to have that. Even if it's once a week. Even if you don't have any family, or if you're like at the table with like a friend, or just make time to like have a nice meal. If you want that quality bonding time, I think that's like a good way to bond with people that you care about.
Yeah, that's me personally. I enjoy a meal with my loved ones. We don't have the chance to do it every day. We don't get to have breakfast together. We don't have lunch together. Sometimes we get to have dinner together, but usually like on Sundays, we'll do brunch and we'll do it together and just hang out. My mom was big on that too, on dinner time at home. She was pretty big on that until we started playing sports and working and doing our own thing. But yeah, she always till this day, her and my dad always have dinner at home together. And if my sister's not working, they always have dinner together, and it's really awesome and delicious.
That is such a cute, or not even cute, it's such a valuable tradition.
Mm-hmm.
And it's easy, like, to have the TV on and just to, like, eat, I don't know, like, or eat separately, like, in your room by yourself. But, yeah, it's very nice to eat as a family or even with your loved ones, your friends. It's crazy how food brings people together.
Yeah, remember I was telling you about a documentary I watched, and that's kind of when I changed the way that I eat it also. That was one of the things that helped me do that.
What was it?
I don't know. It's not on Netflix anymore, but it's on Amazon. It's on Amazon Prime. I'll send you the picture because a friend of mine actually messaged me the other day on Instagram and told me, like, about the podcast or whatever. And I was like, oh, cool, thanks, and he told me about this episode, about this show he watched. So I told him about that when I found it on Amazon Prime. So it's on Amazon Prime. And anyways, they focus a lot around the world, how people eat. And, and they were saying, I think it's in France, that people eating time is very valuable to them. Even their lunch time in between work, like they don't have a 30-minute lunch like us Americans. Like they have a while because they do their appetizer, their main course, and they do dessert, and they do their coffee or their tea or their wine, But I believe it was France that goes really hard with their eating. I was like, damn, that's really nice. They all get together and neighbors and shit. It was really cool the way they like represented France in that documentary.
Wow, imagine. And that's what it should be about. That's so true. Like, we get a 30-minute break. Like, I barely have enough to go to the restroom, to sorry, my car is going off. I barely have enough to even just, like, eat my food. And then you just got to get right back into it.
Yeah, it's bullshit. And I honestly don't even think that's probably not healthy to scarf down, like, a meal in 30 minutes. Like, I mean, maybe our bodies grow to it and we get used to it, right? Because our bodies can kind of evolve with what we do. But, God, like, it's bullshit.
It is. I agree. Yeah, we just got to slow down a little bit, but we can't. So
chew it.
When I'm having my lunch break tomorrow, I'm going to be remembering that. But
are you home yet?
No, I came to the store because, you know me, last minute, I need to get a gift, so I want to get him a bottle. But I saw they had a shirt with it, so I'm going to
They're waiting for you, and you're still stopping at the store.
I know. But my mom said, because I told her, I was like, well, I'm going to stop by at the store, so don't worry about it. She's like, no, that's fine. Get it. So I was like, okay.
What kind of bottle are you getting him?
A Jack.
Oh, is that his favorite?
Yeah, it's him and my mom love whiskey. I'm going to ask really quick. Hi, do you guys have the Jack with the shirt? I'm hooking him up. But yeah, they love them some Jack. But it doesn't come with like a bottle? I'm hooking them up. You want something?
A bottle of tequila.
Tequila.
They'll kill you.
Okay. Thank you so much. I actually love tequila. That's
my favorite, like, liquor, tequila.
What's the liquor that gets you crazy? Do you have one? Like, I can't have that because that gets me a little bit too crazy. Like, I know some people.
All of them get me crazy if I don't drink responsibly, honestly. But if I drink responsibly, I can have a good time and be responsible and you know, it's all good. But I just like tequila I like tequila more than I like whiskey or scotch or vodka. A good shot of tequila to sip on is delicious. Or to just take a shot of too.
Yeah, no, I agree. Well, because some people are like, I can't have hard liquor. Like I become mean. I have to just have like beer. I've heard some people like that.
I can have a shitload of beer and be crazy. So really, it's
yeah, I get you.
It depends on how I drink. Really, it's not really what I drink; it's how I drink. And if I handle my drinking, then I'll be able to have a good time.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the same way. There's nothing that I'm really like I have to stay away from, but I have heard some people are like, oh no, I can't have that.
Well, you know what? Wine I have to be careful with. Like if I'm drinking wine with a wine drinker, like I can have wine in my house. I almost have a glass of I wouldn't even say a glass of wine, but maybe like 2 ounces of wine every day while I'm cooking dinner. Like I'll do that. Not every day, but when I find a good special at Central Market, like a good bottle that's really cheap that day, like I'll buy it and I'll do that. But if I drink wine with like my neighbor who's a wine drinker, like she can drink 2 bottles of wine and, you know, have a good time. I can't do that. Like that motherfucker will it would just knock me out, and then I just wake up the next morning like, what the fuck happened? Because my head is pounding right now. So, yeah, I have to be careful with wine because that motherfucker tastes good and it hits you out of nowhere. And the hangover is terrible. Oh, you get so dehydrated with wine, I feel like. It's horrible. As I sip on some wine right now.
I was going to say. Horrible. Don't try this at home, kids.
Yeah.
It reminds me when we had wine. When I went to go visit you, I was kind of taking it easy on the drugs. I consider alcohol drugs, but
I was gonna say what?
You know what
the fuck were we doing?
It sounds hardcore, but no.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I like some Mary J sometimes. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm very new to, I keep saying very new, but I'm fairly new to drinking, like socially.
Yeah.
So there's, so when I went to go visit you, I was still in that space where I kind of wasn't drinking. I think I had a couple beers, but I didn't get drunk with you.
No, you didn't.
I didn't, and I regret it.
Next time.
Yeah, exactly. Next time. I just wasn't, I've learned to just trust my body and listen to it. So when I feel good now, like I like it, and I like a little bit of everything, but I have found that I like whiskey and tequila a lot. I love
a lot.
like my body really likes it. No,
like I'm itching.
Actually,
like this bottle's probably not gonna make it home.
Well, yeah, like when you take a nice shot and the lemon and the salt on your, it's just like, and then it feels so warm in your whole body. You just feel like you're getting like a lift to heaven real quick, and then back. Like, I don't know, like it just.
And then God sends you right back. Get the fuck out of here with that.
Like
tequila smelling.
Not today, girl. Not today. Go.
Hey, you know what? Have you tried just sipping on tequila?
No, I haven't.
Try that. My parents do that. My parents don't do shots. My parents are not big drinkers. They've been drinking maybe like the past year. You know, they have their beer when they barbecue, or they'll have they always have a bottle of tequila at home, and they sip on their shot. They don't take a shot. They keep a lemon right there, and they keep the salt shaker right there, and they'll, bite the lemon a little bit, a little swig of their tequila shot, and they're chit-chatting, just having a good time. So I've tried that a few times, and it's real. If you like tequila, you will like to sip on a shot versus you still will want to take a shot. There's times when I'm like, ooh, I want a shot of tequila, like to the dome, But there's times when I'm like, ooh, I want to sip on this shot, especially if it's cold outside and we're like somewhere for like Dia de los Muertos, we were outside at this event. It was cold. I got me a shot and I was sipping on it. And, it was so good because I didn't want a beer because, it, sometimes it blows me up and I'm not in the feeling for that. And I want to sip on something. So a shot of tequila to sip on I recommend, highly recommend.
My mouth is literally watering right now. Like, I'm like, okay. That's
yeah. I recommend that. If you like tequila, you will like it like that. Yeah, and it's just like it's a social little thing to do, and I really, really enjoy it. Now, if I'm with Anna out at Howl at the Moon on a Saturday night, bitch, I'm taking a shot,
Yeah, I have to be careful because sometimes, I have to remind myself I'm a newbie. Like, I'm a rookie still. So sometimes I take shots, and I can take a shot. So it's like, I can get more than my share of like a buzz that I was like, oh shit, like, wait a second,
Yeah.
So I have to kind of, I haven't been a mess or I haven't been like overboard, but I will like be like, okay, I'm done. Like I cut myself off. But I'll never forget when I went to go visit you and we got a bottle for us to drink. I swear you drank most of it. You kept fill me because you were done. You're like, oh, you need to refill. You're like, bitch, you haven't even drank anything. I'm like, I know. And so I maybe had like 2 glasses, maybe.
Yeah.
And had the rest. And that's when a freaking storm hit. And you were all buzzed. And I was buzzed for my own, like, at that point,
That was that same day?
It was. It was.
Clearly, I drank most of the bottle. Damn. Dude, remember that tree snapping back there? Or I point back there like you're here, but, back, like, my backyard?
So I have a snap of, Snapchat. I snapped you because you went to the restroom.
Oh, yeah.
You barely could wipe your ass because it's on the window. Your toilet's right next to a big window in your bathroom. It's really pretty. But the freaking tree was snapping and you're like, oh hell no. And I have a snap of it. It's so funny, dude. You
dude, I remember I wanted to leave the house. I was like, dude, let's go. Like, when I saw that tree snap, I was like, okay, I'm done. Like, I can't be here. One of these trees is going to snap and fall in the house. Like, I'm out. Like, I want to get out. And then you're like, well, if you want to leave, let's go. You know, you were, like, on with me. And I opened the front door and then just fucking baseball-sized hail balls fucking start. I was like, fuck, we can't leave now. Like, shit.
Yeah, we're like, well, we're not leaving. We're
fucking staying here. And remember, like, we went for a cruise afterwards, and you were, like, snapping, and all your California friends were like, where the fuck are you?
Yeah, because there was trees on. I mean, that was actually an intense storm.
Very intense. I'm going to try to find a video that somebody got, and it literally happened just downtown, dude. Like,
and the power was out for a couple of days. We ended up going camping. I mean, it was a whole thing.
Yeah, great week to come, dude. Visit
I know. We couldn't get the fire going. We were all pants and hot. We're like, oh, we're going to bed.
Yeah.
You tried for like a whole hour and stuff. You're like, I'm going to get this fucking fire going. Like, I don't care. And you tried and tried and tried. And finally, we all were like, we're going to, and you're just like, I'm going to bed. Fuck this, I'm going to bed. You were all mad. I remember. Oh, it was funny. Anyway, so I just got home. Obviously, they're waiting. So I love you tons. And, man, this is just going down memory lane, and I love it. But we will
it's probably a good thing that's coming, that you have to go.
Yeah, no more secrets.
Okay, well, have fun. Enjoy your dinner. Happy birthday. God bless. We'll talk later.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye.